Hello, good evening, welcome, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it happens to be. This is Can an Album Be Written? I'm Kevin. I am trying to put together some kind of album or something like that from this shed. And I'm working currently on THighsiPhone. This is episode 36. One, two, three. Firstly, please, if you like this or want to subscribe or hit any of the buttons or bells or any of that kind of stuff that happens to be on YouTube, then go for it. I don't know if I could... I'm going to start doing that. Anyway, who knows. I've been working on Thighs and, again, sort of pleasantly surprised as I get through this. I think it's interesting. I'm kind of rediscovering the fact that actually of all of my songs, this probably has the most chord changes. Like, just at a very simple, basic level, I change the chords in the pre-chorus, in the chorus, in the... not so much in the verses, but in the pre-chorus and the chorus, more than I do so on pretty much anything else that I have written. So... that in itself is kind of fun, and also it's got a rhythmic element that I really like, especially in the chorus itself. So rediscovering all of that about it's quite nice. Like, I've enjoyed it, and I've done two things since the last video. So the first one is I've actually worked on the EQ of the mic. The mics for the acoustic. So whether you've watched my last video or not, but I was kind of enjoying the sound out of my DI pedal and just plugged straight into my Alvarez, and I was quite enjoying that sound on Project and not having so much empathy, I suppose, with this version of my of an acoustic guitar in here. Now I think this one was recorded... I can't remember if I recorded this on the Alvarez or if I recorded it on Ruth's Epiphone, but I wasn't very pleased with the stereo mic setup that I'd gone with. Digging into what I'd done, I'd found that I'd added quite a lot, taken quite a lot away. So I'd obviously been playing with it for a certain amount of time. And I started trying to undo all of those kind of things. And again, this goes back to this whole thing being a learning curve, right? So the purpose of these is to continually develop, continually evolve as someone who both plays, records, writes songs, sings, like does all of those kind of things. Like, the idea behind this is to sort of record that progression. And this is a good example of it, I think, because just my simple familiarity with like EQ now is a bit better. So I'm looking back at the settings I had on the EQ and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Kind of thing. And you know, so that's taking it somewhere, right? So I'm going somewhere with this. And that's a nice feeling as well. So anyway, I've gone back through all of those sort of EQs. Certainly, mainly what I've done is I've reduced the severity of what I'd done in the past. So I've kind of taken a look, and instead of this just being a crazy... no, sorry, let me just throw the screen over. So instead of this just being a crazy mixture of, you know, where I've cut, where I've done everything, I've just shelved this and put a bit of boost in. I've done a similar thing to the SM57 on the bridge. I haven't taken any bass out of that at all. I've left that in because it's quite nice. And I've done one cut and one boost. Very different place than where I was before, right? So where I would, you know, and I haven't saved it so I can't go back, but and show you, but you know, I was boosting everywhere and just sort of and the basic thing is I've just simplified. Over time, I've just simplified. I've come down to a realization that actually I just need to get used to what the simple things are. Like, take all of those lessons in sort of tract. I might do more complex things in the future, but right now what really is important to concentrate on is just this idea that I'll make it simple. I'll cut where I think I need to make room for other instruments, and I will boost where it sounds particularly nice, and that's probably about the extent of it. And so actually anyway, I'm not going to re-record the acoustic on this track. I'm going to leave the mics in. I've done a track stack on it so that and actually this is the first time I've used a summing track. I think I said this in the last video, but I might go through that at some point. So actually now I can record I can automate the volume quite nicely. I can add sort of an overall room sound to it or something along those lines, and that's my aim is going to be to try and make that sound better than the version that I've got on Project. I want to kind of justify the 2 mic method, right? It's the method that's been kind of not prescribed to me. It's the method that's been described to me is probably the better word, by people who I've gained quite a lot of respect with for over time, like Rick Beato and others. So I'm not for a minute suggesting that it's purely my learning process. But yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. I just need to learn more. Anyway, so the other thing is that I've re-recorded the electric, and so I've made a kind of foray. I'm thinking about buying a Boss G7, and so I wanted to get an idea of what like a Boss G7 is, like 90 quid, so quite a lot of money. So I've been playing around with my EQ to try and use it, which I've been using previously as an acoustic, something on my acoustic guitar. I've been trying to use it with the electric. I'd spoken about that electric guitar part in the last video. I've been trying to kind of recreate the sound that I found on there and replay it. Quite happy with the results. Again, another element where I'm kind of like, the more complicated chord progressions in the chorus I'm more reluctant to play over, but there's a hook in there and I'm trying to get it sort of baked in, and there's definitely some nice accents, and I've been relearning all of that, so I've been trying to play around with the EQ to sort of get a more impactful sound. It was nice. I think I got it through the Katana. I don't think I got it through the pedal board. I'm not suggesting one or the other is better than the other, but I'm trying to do it this way this time. And I'm using that fuzz again, coupled with a graphic equalizer and quite a lot of delay on an acoustic delay pedal, but just applied to an electric guitar. So and it's sounding nice. Relearning it's been fun. There's a lot of it that I really like, and actually I'm sort of cobbling together a nice guitar part, which is not just, I think, in sort of place in the song, but is also a lot of fun to play. So all in all, this has been I suppose I liked this song when I wrote it, so it's no surprise that it's still something I like, but I'm getting quite a lot of joy out of it at the moment. It's quite nice, so that's been fun. I'll take you to
a son that was never ever heard. You'll never be a sack of shit as long as I'm on this throne. I wish